Hello, today we're going to do 25 minutes of zhuang together. We're going to change our posture again. So remember, we've been doing this process of changing between slightly more challenging and slightly less challenging. So longer times with less challenging postures like bear holding a stone. We've already done 30 minutes of that. And we're moving up. The aim at the moment is to get everyone up to just 30 minutes on the spot, holding a ball posture. We'll move on from that when we've done that, but that's the key goal that I'm working towards with everyone. And I don't want to rush towards that too quickly. That's why I'm only kind of doing these every couple of lessons. I mean, you can time how you follow the lessons yourself, obviously, but in my mind, I'm thinking about it in terms of someone will be practicing each lesson that I put up, spending a bit of time on that, 2 or 3 weeks maybe, and moving forward. So there's enough time for people to build their resilience for standing so that they can follow on with what I'm doing. And I've said before, so we did 25 minutes with this kind of lateral, mysterious zhuang kind of posture. We've done that before. I'm going to change the posture a little bit today. And remember I said that when we do them with the feet in line, they are a little bit more difficult. It's just the structure of a posture like this. It just feels structurally stronger, just like it would if you were sparring. You wouldn't spar like that, it just doesn't feel quite as strong. But it feels physically easier to do it that way a little bit. So we're still going to do 25 minutes. We've done 25 minutes like that. We're not going to jump straight into 30 minutes like that. We're going to do 25 minutes again. And we're going to change the posture slightly. So our usual mysterious zhuang posture is the hands pointing out like that. And we're going to change into a flat version of the ball holding the stone, ball holding posture, ball holding the stone, totally different thing. Somewhere between mysterious zhuang and the ball holding posture is a posture like this, so it's slightly flat. It's slightly more difficult than, this is why we're still just doing 25 minutes. So you can see from here, from here, it just puts a little bit more strain on the shoulders, come up a little bit more. It's lifting the arms a little bit more, but it's not quite that with the arms going up. And there's all different kinds of things going on, like blood draining out of your arms and stuff like that, getting pins and needles, and your body getting used to the posture so that happens less and less. So it's in between that. So if we do the mysterious zhuang posture like that, and we just change, we bring the hands in, sort of point into a point like that in front, and that will just naturally set the shoulders in the right position that we want, and that's halfway towards the ball holding the stone posture. So it's good training for getting. It's a good posture in and of itself. There's lots of interesting visualizations we do with it. We'll just do a couple today, I think. And I also want to work a little bit on how to change your perception of time when you're standing, because I think that's a massive issue, that people are focusing on the time, whereas we're going to do some things like how we focus on a spot on the wall, and maybe how we separate our intention and attention, so we can have intention in the body while we put our attention on another point. And all of these things help to kind of put us in a zone, focusing on breathing as well. They help to put us in a zone where time passes differently, so we're not just counting down every second. We know that's a phenomenon. You'll know yourself when I say, "Oh, there's a minute to go." All of a sudden, it feels like the hardest part of it. Because you can finish it soon, but it's not supposed to be torture. So, as ever, the most important thing is to devote the time itself, to put 25 minutes aside to standing, even if you don't do the whole thing in one go. That doesn't matter. It doesn't ruin it. There are things that you get, there are feelings that you get, and we're also going to look at, when we finish the posture, we're going to move into some slow movement straight away. We're going to bring that into our training now. So the proper old school Yiquan training, it's the way it should be done. The reality is most people don't do that. Most people just train their shili, as a separate thing. They don't go straight from standing into that, for the simple reason that most people don't do standing. Even within each one, the reality is, as I said before, most people don't do standing, not really. Most of the people who are talking about standing in the most fanatical ways don't really do it. It's just the illusion. And I can tell you some stories another time about the things that people say and the reality that's behind the things that people say. But the way to do it properly is to do standing first and then start moving into slow movement. And if you manage to get through and do that with me, you will see the feeling for slow movement is very, very different when you do it like that. It's very intense and it's very embodied. You don't have to bring the muscular engagement so much deliberately into the body. It's highly embodied. And that feeling is stronger if you can hold the posture. The longer you can hold the posture before moving, the stronger you can get that feeling and the more gains you can get. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can't do the whole 25 minutes in one go. Take little pit stops. Remember, being able to do it for longer periods is what we're aiming for. It's not a prerequisite of the training. If we could do it already, then we'd already be working on something else with me. So I'm getting everyone up to that point. It's not a prerequisite to be able to do 25 minutes. It's just a prerequisite to be prepared to train yourself to spend 25 minutes doing it in that time period, which is a lot of talk. So remember, just loosen off a little bit first, and all these little, just very basic exercises just limbering up a little bit. Go to the loop, stretch nice and gently, and also remember, you very often feel the strain on this part of your arm. So just doing this kind of stretch, loosening that off, and this can help as well, this way for the under. And this, of course, classic wushu exercise for loosening the arms, that helps as well. Okay, so if we've warmed up, then not long to go. I'll time it as ever. We'll do 25 minutes. I'll explain some of the things that I'm feeling, and I'll guide the visualizations. So that's it. Let's crack on. Okay, so there's just over a minute to go. So just start to prepare yourself, nice and natural. Don't bring any anxiety into the posture. It's designed to make you healthier, to make you better. We don't want negative worry for squeaky dog toys. It doesn't matter at all if you've got to take some pit stops. Lower your arms, relax. At this stage, it's all just about building up resilience, step by step. You should feel positive and happy about it, helping to improve your level and move forward. So just a few seconds to go. Remember, it's all positive. Even if you're taking some pit stops, it's all positive. It's all moving your level higher. That's everything that we want. That's what makes our mission extraordinary. In your mind, look forward to it. Okay, let's go. Assume the position. Ignore the squeaky dog toy. Remember that the ability to do it is an objective, a learning objective. It's not a prerequisite. It's a learning objective. We're training for the ability to hold the posture for this time period. It's not a prerequisite of doing the exercise, so it doesn't matter at all. Just you train your own will organically and your own body's resilience. If you need to take those pit stops, you take them. So you're training the ability. It's not a prerequisite. Okay, let's just stand for a bit. Feel our body change. Feel our breathing change. Feel the different parts of the body relax. So straight away I could feel backs of my legs relax. So I'll comment on the things that I'm feeling so that other people can relate to them. Just a bit of a twitch in my fingers. little finger just twitching, just twitching downwards, just involuntary spasms. That's perfectly natural. Your knee muscles relaxing. Oh, it's such a relief. You don't feel how tense they are until they relax, like a noise that you don't hear until it stops. Or even more. So first of all, just focus on noticing your breathing. Don't change it, other than to maybe make it a little bit deeper. So your muscles need those oxygen particles, whatever. Muscles need the oxygen, so keep breathing natural, but make it a bit deeper and focus on that. Bring it out of the subconscious into the conscious and just focus on your breathing for a bit. And what you want to do in part with that is change your perception of time to the breathing. So you ignore your normal sense of time and just focus all your consciousness into your breathing. And very consciously taking it out of the rest of your body, just focusing your attention on your breathing. It helps if you close your eyes. But that might affect your balance a little bit, and that's good. If you start wobbling on the posture, that's training the muscles to respond in a more micro detailed way to keep your balance. Just like learning to ride a bike. Focus on your breathing. You might start feeling just like a little bit of tension now in the tops of your arms. Your brain just understands it as pain, but it's tension first. So tension causes the pain. So focus on your breathing, and let's use that visualization that we've used before. Doesn't matter whether you believe in chi or not, but just imagining the breathing coming into the body. As the breath comes in, just imagining it fizzing out into different parts, spreading out. Imagine chi if you like, however you imagine that. Moving into your arms and legs. Nourishing the muscles, encouraging them to relax. Almost like they're massaging them from the inside. Just focus on that visualization for a bit. So some people, you're probably getting a feeling straight away now that you feel like you need to take a pit stop now. If you're getting cramp, definitely just take a pit stop and relax, just loosen off those muscles. But just be aware in your own mind. This is the negative counselling. This is that little voice that says you can't do it. It's a battle in your own mind. The body, so unused to it, insists that it can't do it. And that's about your will, bringing your will in. So now when you breathe in, I want you to visualize chi if you like, or I'm just visualizing breath. Almost like a cloud, fizzy cloud, just moving to different parts of my body. Now I'm infusing it with my will, my iron will. I'm in charge, not pain, not. The intent is in charge, not body. Will. Visualize will along with the breath. Fill your whole body. Fill your whole body with your intent and determination. But do it in a really positive, healthy way so that it doesn't bring tension into the body with it. Only you know how that works for you. For someone watching you, your facial expression might change as you're bringing more will, bringing your will into the posture. And just be careful of your breathing as well. If you breathe too deeply, it starts making you lightheaded. And that can be one of the reasons why people think they're having a kind of spiritual experience when they're doing standing, because they're breathing too deeply and it's too much oxygen making them lightheaded. You might get a really interesting feeling, like if you start to get pain in the tops of your arms, that felt like it was going to just increase and become unbearable, that actually it doesn't. It levels off. And actually you can control it then and start focusing on relaxing that part of the body. Now with your eyes open, focus on a point in the distance. And at the same time as focusing on that point and making all your attention go to that point, put all your intention into your body. Now start feeling your whole body. Feeling where it's tense and relaxed. The reason for staring at a point in the distance is it's to change your perception of time and focus your consciousness on that. And separate your conscious thoughts into that. So if you have any conscious thoughts, like just pushing them forward into that spot in the distance or on the wall, while at the same time your physical perception of your body is searching for points of tension in the body. Scan your body and just try and relax around the bottom, around your thighs, knees, calves, shoulders, forearms, even in your wrists and hands. Scan your whole body and try and split your attention like that, staring at the point on the wall while you're scanning your whole body, and keep breathing, keep visualizing the breath in the body. You might start getting I'm getting quite an interesting experience now where the core of my body, my face and my trunk, feels like it's starting to sweat a little bit. But my arms feel very cold, and that can partly be because of just blood. You're altering the circulation like this, so there's less blood going into the arms. I don't know about the exact physiology, but you start getting pins and needles because of it, so just focus. It can make your limbs feel cold, but I also get it in my legs as well, so it just can't quite be that, but whatever the phenomenon is, the core of my body is warmer than the limbs. Now I'm getting a feeling like I can't feel my hands, so if I close my eyes, I can't quite feel my hands. Are they there or not there? And that signals to me this is the point now where I start beginning my visualization. So the first one I want to do, the first puzzle that I want to solve, is to imagine that the upper part of my body is twisting to the left. So from absolute minimal muscular use to hold the posture in its stack, I'm just visualizing twisting the upper body to the left, and my feet and lower body twisting to the right, so everyone focus on that without actually moving, without actually twisting. Try and feel all the muscles that would initiate that movement. Try and feel them slightly more, linking to your intention slightly more than the other parts of your body. That indicates that you're triggering just the liminal use, minimal recruitment of muscular activity that would initiate that posture if you took it any further. Now to the right, change. Upper body twisting to the right, lower body twisting to the left. If you get it, that's a strange feeling. You can even start getting cramps in the parts of the body that are initiating the twist. So just double check. Relax those legs. Just feel the tension in your leg muscles. I know it's there. Just let go of your knee tension and your buttock tension. Twist the upper body to the right, the legs to the left. That's good. Now relax forward. You don't want to take that too far. You can start getting cramps. It's quite an interesting phenomenon. Now just keep the posture. Keep the posture. Breathe. Don't over breathe. Don't make yourself lightheaded. Just breathe. Give the muscles the oxygen they need. Now, I want you to visualise that your fingers are pushing forwards almost towards each other, like they're going to meet a certain point in the middle of your centre line. Just try and trigger the liminal amount of movement without moving. Just trigger the muscles to push forwards. So you feel it on your fingertips, they're actually pushing forwards against something. Just focus on that for a bit. If you're staring at a point on the wall, you might start getting some trippy visuals. Just go with those. Don't try and force yourself back into normal focus. Just go with it. That also helps you distort your sense of time, so you're not worrying about time. Now, as you start feeling a little bit more difficult, do something we don't normally do. It's not normally talked about. Take your intention out of your body, focus on that spot on the wall. Ignore everything that's going on in your body, just hold the posture. Put all your intent on that spot on the wall. This is to help you train your endurance. battle it, battle it. What's going on in your body tries to bring your attention back into your body. Tries to make you focus on the feeling. If it's hurting, it tries to make you focus on it. Take your attention out of it, out of the body, put it onto the wall. Not long to go. Hang on in there, less than a minute. I've got the clock. Feel the goodness, feel the improvement, feel the level getting higher. Just a few seconds to go. This is just about will. If you're feeling it, it's just about will. Just hold it, hold it. Time distorts, a few seconds can seem so long. Okay, that's it. Very carefully relax down. Very carefully, because there can be a lot of stiffness in your arm. We're going to do something different today, so down slowly. Continue to breathe naturally. Down to the side, now lift up again, very slowly. And down. This is the real intensive feeling of Shili when you do it from standing, which not a lot of people do because they don't really do standing. That's the truth. That's why they never talk about this feeling. Can you feel changes in your arm? Feel the blood rushing back into your arms? That's. In the old days, people would have said that was chi. Change this way. So it's a very different feeling to when you just do slow movement without doing standing first. So much more going on in the arms and the whole body. Okay, you can continue with that if you want, but let's finish there for this. One more time. Good. What? All my chi is going to keep you looking young and beautiful. That's not fair. That's not fair, is it? Just could do like a professional masseur, Chinese masseur just on hand to give you a massage after standing, that would be great. And then circle, circle, stretch off. Oh, that's good. Relax forward. Neck. And just be careful if you actually do stretches, like you feel like you want to stretch off your arms. Standing, of course, is a battle between relaxation and tension, and by definition that means it can bring tension into the body and it can be there when you stretch and things like that. So make sure you're just stretching gently and carefully, not just suddenly pulling on a muscle that's gone very tight. And that's 25 minutes of using this kind of flat holding the ball posture. It's not quite the same as the mysterious zhuang when our fingers are kind of pushing out like that, facing in that way. So it's halfway towards our holding the ball posture. I don't think we've done 25 minutes of holding the ball posture yet, but we're moving towards, anyway, as I said at the start, we're moving towards 30 minutes. So building up, step by step. And if you manage to do all of that today, 25 minutes like that, that's really, really great. If you had to take a few pit stops, but you managed to devote the time, the 25 minutes to doing it, that's also great. That's a significant achievement. A lot of people are just not doing, hardly anyone's doing zhuang, are they? Let's face it, but a lot of people who are practicing Yiquan really aren't doing that and devoting the time to it. So if you're managing to do that, it's a significant step forward and you will feel the benefits. So well done. Keep learning, keep integrating your movement. As the series goes on, I'm talking a lot more about how we start integrating this kind of movement into the overall fight training. And today we introduced just moving after doing standing. And if you feel like you can do that, that's great for multiple different reasons. One, because the feeling is totally different when doing Shili compared to just doing it normally. The feeling is much more artificial. You've got to bring that muscle engagement into the body to get the right feeling of relaxation and tension. When we do it straight from standing, usually like it's gone to a more liminal level where we get it without having to consciously engage that feeling. So that's, and the feelings are very different as well, the feelings in the body that you're getting, as you'll know if you just did that then. And that is stronger. The more you can hold the posture for without having a pit stop, the stronger that feeling is as you start moving. And that's the proper old school way of doing it. Like you do standing first and then move into Shili so that you have that intensive feeling of it. And that will rapidly increase your overall whole body consistency. And the other thing that it's really, really good for is it's just building extra endurance. So if you've been doing standing like that, then you just change into movement. Well, your arms are still under the same, in fact more so as you push them out like that, your arms are still under the same muscular stress. And that helps to build your resilience and strength and relaxation even more. So if you can get if you can do 25 minutes and then do 15 minutes of slow movement or more after that, then you really start to maximize and amplify the benefits. Okay, well that's it for today then. Thanks very much for doing it along with me, and keep building resilience. We're going to get there. One love. See you in the next one.